By the way, Jean-Philippe Mateta, I would take every day and twice on Sunday.
Oh, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
He's got 17 goals this season. He's got more than Richarlison.
How many times has he done that? How many times has he done that?
Solanke.
How many times has Solanke's fucking got double digits?
Hold up, that's the point. You're arguing, both of you, these two.
I tell a lie. This is Jean-Philippe Mateta's second season on 15 plus goals.
Okay.
How many Solanke got this season in the league? 7.
How many GAs has he got? How many GAs has he got?
How many GAs? Listen, I don't want either of them, but isn't it a sad day when Palace have got a better centre forward than us and paid about 11 million?
Got a better centre forward than us.
No, Sean,
he's got 14 league goals.
Solanke.
Mateta.
Much better than Solanke.
Look at the goal he scored yesterday. There's no way Solanke's doing that.
Hang on. The last 2 years consistently, Solanke Mateta has had good years. Consistently 2 years in a row. He's doing well.
Has he got more GA in the last 2 seasons than Dominic Solanke?
Yes, he has. So last year he got 16 goals and 5 assists.
21,
And this year he's got 14 goals and 3 assists.
So that's 17.
He's
38. So he's 38 in 2 seasons. Go on, 38 in 2 seasons.
Right.
And Dominic
Solanke got last season. He got for Bournemouth 19 goals and 3 assists.
So 22.
Right, and he's got 10 GA this season in 24. So Jean-Philippe Mateta has got 5 more GA in the last 2 seasons.
Playing for
not on a permanent played. Bullshit.
Mate, he plays for Palace.
Not on a permanent basis. What are we doing here? You're ascribing that Palace are a better team than Tottenham, mate. Don't then use
they are this season because the league table backs it up.
You can't do that.
Can we bring this back to something simple? Isn't it embarrassing, though, that Palace, for those stats... Listen, forget who's better. Forget their stats and whatever. But the fact that Palace have got a striker for what... I don't know if you've got it in front of you. Was it 11 million euros doing that? We paid 60 million to get the same thing or worse.
But that's because of the manager. That's the manager.
Yeah, but you know what?
Is it?
This is part of the problem.
Yes. Some of us never wanted him, Sean, for this very reason in the summer. We said this in the summer. Hear me out, right? Everyone now going, Sava, revisionism. I said in the summer, you are paying for what we've seen for the last 9 seasons from Dominic Solanke. He had one good purple patch and everyone went, oh, he's brilliant. One good purple patch and Spurs went 60 million. That'll do. Like, it's utter.
You know Solanke's goal ratio in Premier League?
Henry, before you drop that in, I can see Pete's like rubbing his face in astonishment. He wanted to come in.
Yeah, just the thing. Do you not get it? Where we're lowering the standard constantly. Now it's about we used to manage the strikers on goals. Now it's GA. Next it be GA fucking P or something like that. Where we are is goal assists and how much they run. And do you know what I mean? Which is why we bought Solanke, by the way.
And penetration, Pete.
Yeah, and all that. Yeah, correct entries, all that bollocks. Yeah, the first thing I thought I heard about when people saying we bought Solanke. That's great. Yeah. Oh, he presses well. Yeah, he's a presser. Not he fucking scores. He presses well. And it's like the whole thing about
it's important though.
Not as important as putting that fucking ball in the net. I want to put
an average
fucking
player.
Net.
Oh, you guys are so average.
Just quickly, John. Just quickly.
It's about putting the ball in the net. Not GA, about fucking G. It's the other players around him to do the fucking A bit. I want him to put that ball in that fucking net.
Last week, Sean, I did a show where I had a panel of about 7 or 8 people. We were all talking about the Solanke-Richie debate. Now, first and foremost, I want to apologise to everyone. I'm also embarrassed that as a Spurs fan, these are the strikers we are signing these days. When you look at the strikers we've had, I apologise on behalf of Daniel Levy and the scouting team that this is what we're doing, right? But all these people are going, yeah, but Solanke's much better than Richie. So we went in and broke down everything, every stat under the sun for Solanke versus Richie over their Premier League careers averaged, right?
And what the takeaways were?
The takeaways were that Richie has got a superior goal rate conversion to Dominic Solanke, that Solanke had better, that Richie had better hold up, right? That Richie didn't give the ball away as much, and that Richie is better in the air.
Sean, can you just bring this up on the screen quick? I just want to show you 1 second. Something.
Every metric, Richarlison, Sean, Richarlison was better than Solanke. But you know what? Because fans hated Richarlison so much and Solanke's the new shiny toy, everyone goes, Solanke's much better than Richie. He's not.
So I just want to show you something quickly, right? This is Dominic Solanke's Premier League record playing for Liverpool, Chelsea, Bournemouth, and Spurs, right? He averages, as you can see, a goal averages 0.23 goals per game, right?
Goal every 4.
Right, so let's just bring up Jean-Philippe Mateta, who has only ever played for Crystal fucking Palace.
Henry's gone back to Palace.
Here we go. Go on.
Let's just bring this up on this second screen. So this is Jean-Philippe Mateta with approximately 47 less games, right? 47 less games, if you can just share that, has got 3 more goals in 47 less games and a higher goal ratio.
Solanke is not a good Premier League striker. He runs around and works hard. We've got to the stage now where we've forgotten what a good player looks like.
So he's
We're
got
praising
46 GA and 126 for Palace.
But he's got to be on a per minutes played. I don't want to hear per games, per minutes.
Okay, let's
do the per minutes. Figure out the goals per 90.
By the way, Richarlison's goals was 0.36 or something. Solanke's was like 0.23.
Yeah, but Richarlison's big chances missed is like bigger than anybody's in the. It's bigger. It's got a bigger fucking belly than I've got. It's mad.
He's not good though, Sean. Come on, Solanke's not good.
You're looking at a future FA Cup winner in here, Sean.
Oh, shut up.
Mark my word, Palace are winning the FA Cup.
Shameless.
They are winning the FA Cup. Mark my words.
Have you figured out, Henry, that there's an untapped market in the Crystal Palace fan base that you want to go after? Is that what we're doing here?
No, there's definitely one in the Forest fan base, though. That's another one. Look at fucking Chris Wood, by the way.
Yeah, but would you want if Tottenham signed Chris Wood tomorrow? Would you be happy?
No,
better than Solanke.
Yeah.
Hold on. So Pete, you said no.
No.
Would you be happy if we signed Mateta?
No.
Fine. Thank you very much.
The bar has got to be pulled back up a little bit where we're going all the way back.
I hear you, but look what we've got.
But there you go. Let me ask Pete the other way, Sean. Let me ask Pete the other way. Pete, if there were only 2 strikers that you could pick from, one is Solanke, one is Chris Wood for the season, who are you having?
Oh, fuck, mate. Well...
I mean, Chris Wood's super.
Oh, no. Sava's like, please say Chris Wood. Please say Chris Wood.
All depends on the play style. If you're going to play a style that don't cross the ball, there's no point in numbers.
So, Jean-Philippe Mateta averages the goal every 175 minutes. Right, for Crystal Palace.
You got to show me what you're looking at, man. I don't trust you, mate.
I'll show you. This is
the Arsenal website.
How do I fucking... Why can't I get on?
Yeah. It's called HenryTalksBollocks.com.
How bad we're talking about... We used to talk about who should start today out of Pavlyuchenko, Defoe, Keane and Berbatov. We're now talking about which...
I hear you on that.
Share that, Sean. So this is the BBC's website. Jean-Philippe Mateta is in 8th. 14 Premier League goals, 2 assists in 33 games, right? Averages a goal, mins per goal, right? Every 175 minutes.
That's in the Premier League, though, right?
Premier League, yeah. So let's scroll all the way fucking down. Brennan Johnson's 181 minutes, averages a goal. Where's this fucking fraud?
Maddison?
He's not even on the list. He's not even on the list.
They're not good players because they're not really. Solanke is not really a good footballer.
Yeah, but we're a cup team this year. We're a cup team. Tottenham are a cup team.
Palace are in the semi-finals.
We were in the semi-finals. We're in the semi-finals too.
Bonnie blued in the second leg.
How many seasons can you name that Tottenham were in 2 semi-finals in the same season?
What's that got to do with anything?
It's got to do with a lot because maybe Ange ain't that bad.
Would you take
fuck
Liam
off,
Delap?
Sean. Fuck off, Sean.
I'll read out some of these players. Liam Delap or Solanke?
I'll take Liam Delap. Yeah, Liam Delap. Yeah.
Okay. Strand Larson or Solanke?
Strand Larson.
He's a better footballer.
Right. João Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro. Solanke's crap.
Solanke's not crap.
27 games.
He's going to go
GA
down for me as one of the most expensive flops. I can't believe we bought him off the back of 1 year.
Matthias Cunha has a £65 million release clause with 18 GA in 28 games.
Playing for Wolves, who have been in a relegation battle.
I'll tell you what, I'll give Solanke next year under a new manager. Yeah.
I can't believe you guys are slating out a number one striker or number 9. You guys are miserable, but he's nowhere near as bad as you guys are saying he is.
His career shows.
By the way, let's hang on a second. Let me pivot this
these two boys at
let me try and be a little bit. Let me try and be a little bit outside the box thinker here. Right? You are suggesting that he is awful because his specific numbers are terrible, and yet those that defend him, I would be doing them a disservice if I was not to say he is someone that allows, from his hard work, which sometimes is selfless, for other people to participate. So what I would ask of you is there a way that we can quantify his value in the goals that Brennan Johnson is a participant in, that James Maddison is a participant in, that Sonny's a participant in? No, there must be a mechanism to qualify the fact that
What's happening
we spread our goals
You're trying to spin a player. Listen, Sean, my problem with this is, right, this is a bloke that when we signed him, loads of us said, this guy's not had a good career. This guy is not good. He's had a purple patch for Bournemouth. And our fans now have been very wrong about this guy. We're now trying to find different reasons to quantify why he's not been very good.
All right, let me simplify this. Let me simplify this.
Sure. Would you
Chat,
take either of the Brentford
there's 500 people. Hang on 1 second. Chat, there's 500 people here, and you've been here for the last 3 hours. And I love that about you. 1. Hit a 1 if Solanke is better than how Henry and Pete and Sava are ascribing. Hit a 0 if he is as bad as they are ascribing he is. Don't worry about whether he's good enough. Just let's just level it out on what Sava, Henry, and Pete are saying.
As well.
1, is he better? 1 if Solanke's more valuable than what Sava and Henry and Pete say. 0 if he isn't. Let's see what's coming in.
Can I start you, Sean? So if I said to you in the next game, right? If I said to you in the next game, who are you starting? Are you starting Richie or Solanke?
Solanke all day long.
But okay, but when you say all day long, but based on what? Like
based on his work ethic, based on his ability to connect the dots, based on his ability to create passes, based on his ability to come deep, pick up the ball and thread, based on his ability to finish. The only thing that Richarlison has over anybody else
to finish.
Yes, he does. The only ability that he has over Richarlison, certainly. Sorry, the only ability that Richarlison has over Solanke is aerial threat. And that's which is valuable.
None of this is proven from their stats and their data. None of it is proven.
John, can I ask you a question?
Yes, it is.
None of it. No, it's not.
If Solanke was to go in the summer, hypothetically, would you take as an upgrade Wisa or Buemo?
Yeah. Both.
Would you take Ollie Watkins?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you take Cunha, Cliver, or Delap?
Well, Cunha's not the same sort of player, so like that.
No, but he can play as a false nine. Granted, he's not an out and out striker. Would you take Delap?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
The other question I've got is, how many clubs right now are looking at Solanke as a player to buy?
Well, I'd imagine
every single fucking club right now is looking at Delap, Mateta.
Yeah, but that's because of availability. That's because of access. That's just because of natural.
Yeah, but there's access. If you want the player, you go and buy it. Like
today,
while we're talking about this,
you have no idea what's going on in the boardrooms of football clubs.
Of course I don't. I can only read
reports. Is what you read about on the Athletic or you read about on Football London.
I look at more reports on a daily basis.
To be honest, Henry, given me and yours history of like rolling
No, we're not
out
talking some basement.
rolling out links. You're happy to use teamtalk.com as a fucking justification for your points, right?
There's nothing fucking wrong with Team Talk. Manchester United right now are heavily linked with Jean-Philippe Mateta and Matthias Cunha.
No, I'm saying Matthias Cunha is not a like for like. So it's no point.
Can I ask the obvious question, right? That the sample size shows that this is what he's been like through most of his career. Why are we now trying to desperately defend him? Let's be fair. We should have bought Solanke for £20 million. That's what he is. He's a £20 million striker. We've paid 60, but for some reason, we can't just turn around and say, yeah, he's not that good, right? Richarlison, by the way, this sounds like I want Richarlison. I don't want either of them, but Richarlison gets into that penalty area better than Richie and looks more dangerous. All of our best chances, Richie on the end of them. Where's Solanke?
That's because we crossed the ball in 95 times. Yeah, he should have scored a hat trick, mate. He missed the ball from 2 foot out, only tackled by his own mate in Pape Sarr. The ball went up 20 feet.
Sean, I'm not saying he's good. I'm just saying he's better than Solanke. The problem
is... He's not better than Solanke. Oh, fuck off, Sava. What are we doing here?
Hang on. Sean, hang on. With all due respect, you're someone that wants to constantly go to these Y-Scout tools to get the data. So when you look at all the data and the goal metrics between Richie and Solanke in their careers, why is it now that it's not... we're not allowed to use that data?
I'm saying there's context. There's always context, mate. There's always the context is when Richarlison's
he's had one good year.
When Richarlison's on the pitch, even Donut Ange Postecoglou has the temerity and the foresight to sit there and say, well, the only fucking way you're going to get any value out of Richarlison is sticking it in the box, in the air. So put it in the box, in the air. And that's what we did like 750 times on Monday night.
Why has he got a better goal output in his career?
He's got a 0.27 Richarlison and Solanke's got 0.24.
Per minute?
That's the Premier League.
Henry, they're both crap. None of our rivals... I'd say rivals were 16th. None of the teams around us most years who want to fight for Villa would never buy Solanke, right? Like Chelsea would never, now Chelsea would never, he came through there, didn't he? Chelsea would never buy Solanke, right? Newcastle, they're not touching a Solanke, right? That's the difference. These clubs, they've gone out and got Ollie Watkins.
I don't know, mate.
Alexander Isak. Well, but they don't, do they?
You can't lie, though.
In the last couple of years, Newcastle United bought Isaac 3 years ago, and he turned out to be a quality acquisition. Fair enough. Yes. But you can make the argument 3 years ago and say Tottenham don't go out and sign Ollie Watkins. Tottenham don't go out and sign Alex Isak. And you go, because they've got Harry Kane. So there's a needs-based meritocracy to what you're arguing.
Sure, but the difference is, Sean, here's the difference.
I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting here and saying that Dominic Solanke is as good as X, Y, and Z. I'm not. Because Henry asked me the question, would you rather have Liam Delap? And I said, yes, I would. Would you rather have Watkins? I said, yes, I would. Right?
Sure.
I'm just saying that if you put up the argument that Richarlison is a better footballer and is going to deliver you more than Dominic Solanke, I say you're out of your fucking mind.
Sure. But, you might say I'm out of my mind, but the data actually shows that I'm correct. So that's fine. We can do that.
Say you're correct. It shows you a tail of a tape.
I just listened to you. Hang on. Right?
Yeah.
But the difference is already, look in the last 2 Premier League games, right? Richie gets himself into those areas and has grabbed himself 2 goals. Last season, by the way, I'm defending a bloke who I didn't want to buy as well.
Yeah, and I'm defending. By the way, I'm also defending. I didn't want Solanke either. I didn't want Solanke either.
Sure, but let me finish. Right, last year, even in a spell, I think Richarlison got something like 12 league goals. This year, Solanke for a attacking team, Solanke's managed 7, right? But I'm talking about putting the ball in the back of the net in the Premier League, right? Solanke...
All competitions.
20 and 39.
Sure. Look at the teams he's playing against. I would expect him to bloody score in those games. Look, my point is this: what you just said there about Spurs and Kane and Spurs had Harry Kane through the youth team. So what we saw was for an entire decade, no one at the club was tasked with going out and seeing what is a top centre forward, right? In the year that we knew Harry Kane was about to leave, right? And then the year after Harry Kane did leave, our club decided that Solanke and Richarlison is what we were going to do. That shows, one, how bloody bad are we at scouting? And two, how lazy at scouting. Because people who are, Pete, Henry, right? People who are sitting there going, oh, Solanke's not been good or whatever. Who thought he was going to be? Why did people think he was going to be good? We know how we play. It doesn't suit Dominic Solanke the way he plays. He hasn't got good hold-up play. He's not brilliant in the air. But yet we all seem stunned when these crap players don't work out. I don't get it.